Elsie Cameron, a London typist, disappeared in December 5, 1924 on her way to the Sussex poultry farm owned by 24-year-old Norman Thorne, her lover. Her father, who had heard no word from her, had contacted the police. When the police arrived at the farm, Norman told them that he too was concerned for Elsie, as she had never arrived at the farm. 1 month later, when the police learned that Elsie had been seen on her way to the farm, they paid another visit to the farm. A search of the farm was conducted and they would find a suitcase. Norman said she had in fact arrived and announced that she was staying until he agreed to marry her. Norman claims he went out and came back late in the evening and had found her hanging from a beam in the poultry shed. When he found her, he had panicked, then dismembered her body and buried the pieces in the chicken run. Detectives pointed out that there were no deep rope marks on the beam caused by a body jerking as it hung on the beam, and there was also a thick layer of dust on the beam which would have been disturbed during the hanging. Her body parts were dug up from the chicken run and were examined. On the body parts were extensive bruising on the head, face, elbow, legs and feet. Dissecting the neck, he found no evidence of hemorrhaging consistent with hanging. The trial of Norman Thorne provided a dramatic confrontation between two pathologists. The defense pathologist Dr. Robert Bronte, who had carried out a second autopsy on Elsie at which the other pathologist was present at. Nearly a month after her body had been buried, Dr. Robert Bronte claimed he found grooves in her neck with visible bruising. On the last day of Norman Thorne's trial, the defense tried to argue their case, but Norman was found guilty of murdering Elsie Cameron, his lover, and he was sentenced to death in a turn of events. He was hanged on the 22nd of April 1925.